How do you get out of bed in the morning? It's like torture, right? Good morning, everybody. This is Melissa from melissaversusfibromyalgia.com, and this is our quick tip coffee break with Melissa. Name pending. If we can find a better one, awesome. Otherwise, I'm dispensing really quick, useful, helpful tips for you in managing fibromyalgia. So my jam is helping you to make practical self-management toolkits so that you don't have to wait for other people to help you when you need it most. Now, today's quick tip is actually a question someone asked me in my group. How do you get out of bed in the morning? It's like torture, right? You wake up with fatigue, with pain, stiffness. Okay, technical difficulties. We have rejigged everything. You would not believe the things I've had to do in the last 10 minutes. Anyway, so we wake up with pain and fatigue and stiffness, and it's so hard to get out of bed. So how on earth do we motivate ourselves to get out of bed? Well, I have a few suggestions for you. The first one is inspired by a book I read recently, The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. So you literally launch yourself out of bed like a rocket. So you wake up, you count backwards from 5, and you get up. Now, my addition to this to make it chronic pain friendly would be that you launch yourself to sitting on the edge of your bed and then maybe do some stretches or take some deep breaths, anything to just kind of ease the way out. I think that very gentle stretching is really helpful in the morning if we're stiff, but we don't want to push it and we don't want to rush into it. That's not going to be helpful. My favorite thing to do in the morning is sit down with my heat pack on my neck, because that's where I get the most stiffness and pain. Though I do have less now, I have my electric heating pad, so around 5 a.m. I'll turn that on, which makes a massive difference. But sitting with a cup of coffee or tea, if that's your jam, and the heat pack can start to get things moving, and then you can start thinking about more stretches to help things. So that's the basis of how I'd get up in the morning. So if you really need that launching to get up, really just push yourself in that way, and use the heat and some pain relief methods to kind of get you going, and then start with gentle stretching. But gentle breathing is always a good way to start as well. Now, if you're not like me and don't have to rush out of bed because there's children to manage, then I recommend having a mindfulness morning routine that you can start in your bed. So I recommend either having some kind of mindfulness practice where you're paying attention to what's around you, what you're feeling, what you're seeing, what you're thinking, or the other thing is to start with gentle stretches in bed, even if it's just things like toe points, shoulder shrugs, pelvic tilts in your bed, just little things to get yourself moving and to gently ease yourself into the day and into movement again. But even if the only thing you do is focus on your breathing for a couple of minutes, you've done a good thing for yourself. Tell me, what are your favorite things to do to help ease that transition in the morning? Is it a surprise for you that I don't recommend just getting up and doing a whole heap of yoga? I actually don't recommend too much in the way of yoga first thing in the morning, because it's not going to be that great for our bodies. Now, I do have a video that I will link for you that can be a really great way to start the morning gently. And it is a routine I have been doing regularly, but generally yoga for me doesn't come until later in the morning. So as I said, get yourself slowly moving, get a mindfulness practice going, have your cuppa, have your heat pack, and then think about your stretching when you've eased off some of that stiffness a little bit. I hope that has helped. Make sure you share in the comments what you do so that it helps other people. Check out this video, and we'll catch you next time. If you have any questions for our coffee chats, leave them below.